Everyone, and welcome back to another Academy Football Class video. In today's video, it's going to be about 30 minutes long, and it's going to be split into 4 different sections. So we're going to work on a bit of ball mastery, we're then going to go into some dribbling, we're going to work on some juggling, and then a skill and a little bit of skill terms. Okay. Now for today's session, all you're going to need is some cones. Now, if you don't have cones, use a pair of socks. Now I tried filming this video using socks, but the socks kept blowing away. So I'm going to use cones. Now my suggestion, if it is windy, try and stay on grass, because slabs and concrete like this, the socks don't stay very well. Okay, so I'm going to use cones, but all you're going to need is about 7 pairs of rolled up socks and a ball. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is, we're going to get started with ball mastery. All you need to do is grab one cone, leave the rest to the side, and we're going to get straight ready. So all you're going to need is to put your cone in a spot, and we're going to do 5 different ball mastery skills. Okay, so starting with number 1 is going to be the easiest, our 1-star skill, going up to number 5, which is our 5-star ball mastery skill. Okay, so we've done a few of these before, okay, but each week is going to get a little bit progression, so a little bit trickier, a little bit different. Now take your time when learning these skills, because they do take a little bit to learn, and then you need to start slowly and get the technique right. So the first one is drag and push with the other foot. So what's going to happen, so I'm going to start the ball, so I'm going to have my cone in the middle, my ball is going to start in line with the cone, okay, and I'm going to drag it towards my foot, and I'm going to push with the other foot, and then stop it on the other side, so I'm making a V shape, okay? A lot of the drag skills will work in a V shape, okay? So again, drag and push with the other foot, and stop with that foot, okay? So dragging with the sole of my foot, push with the outside, and I stop with the sole of the other foot. And then the same thing happens, drag, push with the outside, and stop with the sole, okay? But what I want you guys to do is to do, if you see if you can do 20, okay? So I'll show you quickly how it should look in full speed. So 1, 2, like this, dragging and pushing, making a V shape. And as you get more comfortable, you can start to speed it up, okay? So what I want you guys to do, see if you can do 20 of those. Now, our 2-star skill is drag, stop, and push, okay? Now the way this is going to work is very similar to the other one. We're going to drag the ball, we're going to stop it with the inside of the other foot. So I'm going to go drag, stop, and then push, okay? So very similar to the other one, making that V shape. I'm going to drag it, stop at the inside, and then push it with the same foot that stops it, okay? So drag, stop, push, drag, stop, push, drag, stop, push. Again, you start slow, and then as you start to feel more comfortable with the pattern, you start to go a little bit faster, and you need to make sure that you're on your toes, okay? And again, I want you guys to see if you can do 20 of these without losing control of the ball. So our 3rd ball mastery skill, the 3-star skill, is the drag U. And the way it works is, instead of going in a V shape, we're going to use a U, and we're going to be using the inside. So I'm going to go drag, push with the inside, push with the other inside to make it go forward, okay? So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'll make a U shape around the ball. So 1, inside, 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 okay? Inside, 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 inside. You can see, as I start to go faster, I then start to hop back as I drag it, so I can get a bit more room in between me and the cone, okay? And again, we want to see if we can do 20 of these without losing control of the ball, okay? So start slow, okay? As a little practice, inside, 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 making sure you've got enough room around your cone, and then start to go a little bit faster with your U drags. Okay, and see if you can get to 20 with those ones. Our 4-star skill for ball mastery is a drag and push with the laces, okay? Now the way this one works, okay, is you're going to go start in line with the cone again, you're going to drag it back, push with your laces, drag, push, push, stop, okay? So we're sort of combining drag and push with the laces with the U as well, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm going to go drag, push, 1, 2, 3, drag, push, 1, 2, 3, okay? So I'll show you one more time, drag, push with my laces, stop, inside, inside, okay? Drag, push with my laces, stop, inside, inside, drag, laces, stop, inside, inside, okay? And then once you get that, you start to go a little bit faster, okay? So this one, again, it's one of our harder ones. So older academy children, we should be focusing on these harder ones, okay? And if you're struggling with it, start slow, and then try and get to 20 without losing control of the ball. Our last skill is our 5-star ball mastery skill. And this one is the hardest one, because it is the 5th and final 5-star, okay? And we're going to be adding in the ball roll. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to drag it, you're going to roll your foot over the ball, and then push and stop, okay? Now, it's best to go slow when you're first learning because it is very tricky. So I'm dragging it back, rolling my foot over the ball, pushing with the inside and stopping. And then I repeat on the other foot, drag it back, roll, push, stop. Okay, so again I'm making like a U shape, but this time I'm using a ball roll. Okay, so watch me a couple of times, make sure you have a little practice. And again, you want to see if you can do 20 in a row without losing control of the ball. Okay, now if you're comfortable with all of those, you need to be doing 20 of each 3 times. So that's your challenge. See if you guys can do 20 of each one, so 1 star all the way up to 5 stars 3 times. Give that a little go. So now we've finished our ball mastery, we're now going to go on to some dribbling. And you're going to need about 6, 7 or 8 cones. It's up to you, okay? I'm going to use 7 right in the middle, but you can use 8 cones or 6 cones. As much cones as you can fit in your space, okay? Now, how you're going to set up the dribbling is going to be a slalom, so that means you're going to have a cone, okay, and then you want to do about 1 big step in between each cone, okay, and I'm just going to set them out in a line to create a slalom, just like that, okay. I'm going to use 6, that way you can see. I'll use this many so you can see all of me, okay, but again, if I can, I'm going to extend it further if I've got a little bit more room. Now, we've done a few of these drills before, and just as a warm-up, we're going to start nice and easy, dribbling through, okay, with any part of the foot and with both feet, okay, so I can use the laces, the sole, the inside, yeah, all the different parts of the foot, okay, so I'm going to be dribbling in and out using both of my feet, okay, making sure I'm using all the different types of the foot to get used to practicing dribbling in and out of the cones, and used to the football and the floor and the wind and the weather, okay? So, I want you guys to make sure, going in and out, keep the ball under control, lots of little touches, okay? And try and get your head up as well to look where you're going. What I want you guys to do, I want you to see if you can do that 5, 6 times. Now, once you've finished our warm-up side, we're now going to go on to the challenges, okay? And the first one we're going to do, we've done this one before, is outside, inside. So what's going to happen is I'm going to dribble through, I'm going to push with the outside, then I'm going to use inside of the same foot and then swap to the other. So I'll show you it slowly. I'm going to go outside of my left foot, inside of my left foot, oh, outside of my right foot, inside of my right foot, okay? So outside, inside, outside, inside, okay? So watch one more time. So back through again, outside, inside, outside, inside. Okay, and I should be trying to keep it tight, not like the wind's blowing it so the ball's going over here. Try and keep it close. So look, outside, inside, outside, inside. So keep it nice and under control. Because if the ball's going over here, then the defender might get it. Okay, so watch one more time. Outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. And you guys, once you get comfortable, you should start to go a little bit faster. And making sure, obviously, that you use both feet. Okay, so give that a try. See if you can do that 5 or 6 times. Now, our next one we're going to do, okay, is we're going to be pushing the outside and then stopping. Okay, so there's 2 different types. So we're going to start with dribbling through. We're going to go outside, stop, change foot, outside, stop. So I'm stopping with the sole of my foot, outside, stop, change foot, outside, stop, and then back round. Okay, so watch one more time. Outside, stop, outside, stop, outside, stop, outside, stop. Okay, now that's just the first step of that one. So I want you guys to do that 3 times, okay, 3 or 4 times. Now, the progression from that is push with the outside, and instead of stopping, you're going to roll. So you see, what I do is I roll with the sole of my foot, so I don't have to move the whole of my body. Whereas the first one, you go 1, 2, I have to step over and then push. It's good, but it's a little slow. We're going to try and go 1, roll, 1, roll, 1, roll, 1. Okay, so you see, that's a little bit faster now, okay? Instead of just stopping it, I'm rolling with the sole of my foot. So outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So the sole of the foot does a little ball roll. So watch one more time, because it is a little bit tricky. Outside, roll, outside, roll, outside, roll, outside, roll. Okay, last one. Outside, roll, outside, roll, outside, roll, outside, roll. Okay, and I want to see if you guys can do that 5 or 6 times. Try not to hit the cones and try and make sure it's good technique, keeping the ball nice and close to you. Now our last dribbling slalom, okay, we're going to use a ball roll. So this is the hardest one, okay, each one gets a little bit harder. And what's going to happen is you're going to dribble. When you get to a gate or the cones, you're going to ball roll through. And I'm going to dribble with the other foot, dribble, ball roll through. Dribble, ball roll, dribble, ball roll. Now, when I'm pushing in between, I'm using the inside because it's a lot easier to go inside than ball roll. Okay, you could choose your laces. Outside might be tricky because it takes it away. You want to maybe use it inside or your laces to push it forward. And then ball roll with the sole, push, ball roll, push, ball roll, push. Okay? And again, you're going to start slow. I'll show you one more time. So pushing it forward, ball roll, push it forward, ball roll, push it forward, ball roll, push it forward, ball roll. Okay? And it's lots of little touches. Again, I'm not going really fast because I'm getting comfortable. And once I can do the technique, then I can start to speed it up. Okay? See if I can go a little bit faster through that. Okay, so give that one a last go. Okay, see if you can do that 5 to 6 times. So next part of our lesson, we're not going to need any cones. You're just going to need your ball and a good bit of space. Okay, now last week we worked a little bit on juggling, and we're going to take that and we're going to progress it a little bit further. Now, how we're going to start with our juggling, last week I asked you guys to see if you could just do one bounce and then see if you can catch it. Okay, so very simple. Okay, just like that. Okay, now the progression on from that was 1, 2. So we're going to start as a little warm up. See if you can just go 1, 1, 1, as many times as you can. Okay, so have a little practice with the bounce in between, and your aim is to get to 10. If you can do 10 of this, then you can move to the next progression. Now the next progression is 1, 2. Okay, so I'm going to use my right foot and my left foot. So it's going to go bounce, right foot, bounce, left foot. Okay, that's 1, 2. Okay, bounce 1, bounce 2. Okay, and if you can catch it, that's great. Now, again, to what we need to get to, we need to get to 10 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 10. Okay, so see if you can do 1. So bounce 1 up to 10. And then if you can do that, okay, so what I suggest is if you can do 1, bounce, pause the video, practice that. Okay, if you can do that, then see if you can go to 1, 2. 1, 2, all the way up to 10. Okay, so pause the video again and see if you can practice that. The next one from there is a little challenge, okay? So this is tricky, and what you're going to need is a pair of socks, okay? Now this is a very hard challenge, but I want to see if you guys can do it. So if you can do bounce 1, that's good, okay? And if you can do bounce 1, 2, that's really good. But this one's going to be tricky, okay? So you need to make sure you can do them before you try this. Now, when the ball bounces, okay, I need to be able to, in football, I need to be able to focus on many different things, okay? Not just the ball, but you need to focus on where other players are, where the defenders are, what my feet are doing, what my body's doing, okay? And with these socks, we're going to start to work on that. So, when the ball bounces, I'm going to kick it, and when it bounces, I need to put the socks under one of my legs, okay? So watch, bounce, kick, bounce under my legs, okay? Now, your job is to still try and keep the ball from not bouncing twice. If it goes bounce, kick, bounce, bounce, okay, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for one bounce in between. So I'm looking to see if you can bounce, kick, through my legs, kick, through my legs, kick, through my legs, kick, through my legs, kick. Okay, and then if you can do that, you see if you can do both feet. Okay, now it is tricky. I have to really concentrate on it. Okay, so if you're just starting out with juggling, this might be too hard to do at the moment. But if you're older children, so our under 13s, under 14s teams, this is what I want you guys to try. Okay, now don't be disheartened if you're 7 and you're just learning. Keep practicing and you guys will get there. Okay, you've got a lot of time to practice, so make sure you're starting with the 1, 1, 1, see if you can get to 10, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, see if you can get to 10, and if you can do all of those, then bring in the socks and see if you can do it with the socks as well. Okay, so that's finished for our juggling part. Now, the next part and the last part we're going to go on to is a skill. Okay, and all you're going to need is 2 cones. Okay, so we're going to have one cone, and then a good amount of space in between for my second one. Okay? Now the skill we're going to focus on today is the Maradona turn. Now, I know lots of you have done the Maradona turn before, but we're going to have a progression on from this as well. So, the way the Maradona turn works, okay, is named after a great player called Maradona, which was a far away. Okay, and what he used to do, okay, was this skill. Okay, and if you play FIFA, it's called a roulette. Okay, I know a lot of you play FIFA. So you're going to push it forward, you're going to stop, step, turn, and then drag, and you keep going the same way. Okay, so I'll show you guys one more time. Okay, so what happens is you stop the ball, you step in front of the ball, and both my feet are going to face the same way that I want to go. Then I'm going to turn my feet. Okay, now some of you will try to turn the wrong way. You can only you're going to turn your feet so that they face the inside of the feet face the ball. If I turn the other way, then the outside of my feet face the ball. I want the inside of my feet to face the ball, and I'm going to turn one more time so that my feet are completely facing the opposite way, and this foot is in front. Now all that happens is you put the new front foot on top, and you're going to drag back. When you drag back, don't drag and turn the other way. Okay, you need to watch the ball the whole time. Remember, keep your eye on the ball, so when I drag it back, I watch the ball and I turn the same way. Okay, so watch one more time. Break it down to steps. Okay, so first, foot on top. Second, step in front. Third, remember, turn your feet so the inside of your feet face the ball, and turn one more time so your front foot is now facing, well, your back foot is now facing the other way. Okay, put this foot on top and drag this foot. Remember, I want to keep my eye on the ball, drag it all the way there. Okay, so I suggest you guys pause the video and have a little practice with that skill before we get into the next step. Once you can do that skill, you then need to do it on the move. Okay, so in between my two cones, I'm going to take a little touches with my laces. I'm going to stop, I'm going to step and drag and keep going the other way. Okay, so I don't have a lot of space, that's fine. If you do have a lot of space, you want to see if you can do it in the middle and then accelerate forward to the end. Okay, so make sure you have a good bit of space. Now, if you can do it with one foot, make sure you try with the other. Okay, so I'm not the best with my other foot, but I still need to practice. So now my left foot, okay, same thing happens, stop, step, roll. Okay, it's very, very easy. So get used to doing that. And again, see if you can do it 10 times, and each time I want to see you getting faster with the skill. Okay, and also making sure you're using your shield, so when I'm coming here, I'm shielding to get away. Okay, so have a little practice, see if you can do it 10 times, and 10 times not slowly. I want you guys to do it 10 times fast. Once you do it 10 times fast, you're ready for our next bit. Now, in the next step, we're going to work on some turns, okay? But we're going to combine a Maradona turn into this turns in a second. So we're going to start with doing two other turns to get used to it. We're going to do inside cut and outside cut, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm going to start on one of my cones. I'm going to dribble with my laces. When I get to the end, I'm going to do an inside cut. Okay, we've done this before, and then I'm going to use my left foot, and I'm going to do an inside cut. So all that happens is the inside of my foot pushes the ball back the way it was coming from. Okay, so now my right foot, inside, and I use all of my body to turn. So I make a big circle around the ball. Okay, left, and then all the way back, and right. Okay, and each time, again, you want to get faster. So now I'm going to use my left foot, and then I'm going to use my right foot, and I'm keeping the ball close to me, left foot, and again there might be a defender here, so make sure you're getting your arm out and using your body. And the next one is, remember, pretend to see if you can kick, and then cut it back. So if this was a defender, pretend to kick, and bring it back. So pretend to kick it, and then bring it back to the inside, okay? So that is the inside cut for our turns, okay? Now see if you guys can do that 10 times. So our next turn we're going to work on is the outside cut. So we've done the inside cut. We're now going to do outside. So the way the outside one works, okay, again, dribbling my laces. When I get here, instead of using the inside to turn, I'm going to use the outside. So I'm going to come here, and I'm going to step into the defender, and then use the outside of my foot. So step with one foot outside and push it the other way. Okay, and again, I'm going to use my left foot. So I'm coming up. Okay, I'm going to step towards the defender, and then outside to push it back the other way. Okay, so right foot, step, outside cut. Left foot, step, outside cut. And okay, I'm using my body, so when I get here, I get low, and then that way when I get low, I can push off and sprint in the other direction, okay? So watch one more time. So I'm going to use my left foot up here, so I'm dribbling my left foot, step in, push out. right foot, step in, push out, okay? So I'm using all of my body to get in the way of the defender and then cutting the outside to go the other way, okay? So have a little practice first and then see if you can do that 10 times. Now, the last part of our turns is the Maradona turn, okay? Now this one, it is a little bit tricky. We're going to do like a half Maradona. Now, how it's going to look is I'm going to dribble. When I get to this cone, I'm going to stop, step over, and then I'm going to finish with my Maradona turn, okay? So, it should look like this, okay? So I'm doing a Maradona turn and pushing, okay? So, I want you to start with just doing this. See if you can just go stop, step, and push, okay? So that's the first step. Stop, step, like I was going to do a Maradona, but then I just push away, okay? Now, once you can do that, then we're going to add a next bit. So I'm going to come over, I'm going to stop, step, drag a little bit, and then push, okay? So I'm sort of getting the next part of the Maradona turn, but not finishing it. Okay, so watch, I'm going to go stop, step, drag, but I'm dragging it and pushing it the same way I was coming from, okay? So I'm not going forward with it, okay? I'm bringing it back. So I'll be coming up, stop, step, drag it sideways, and that way I can push it forward, okay? Stop, step, drag it, push, and go in the same way. Okay, so it is tricky, so make sure you have a little practice, okay? I'll show you one more time. Push, stop, step, drag, and then I can push it back the way I was going. Okay, stop, step, drag, push it the same way, well, the way I was coming from. Okay, so give that one a little try. See if you can do it 10 times. Make sure you get confident with that skill. So, that is it for our Academy class today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now remember, I did speak about my Skills Masters board. And so far I've had Ivan and Luke, okay, and I had a few from Friendly which I'm going to put up next week. But I want to see you guys practice, even if it's just your juggling, okay, or even if it's just the Maradona skill, or a little bit of dribbling. I want to see just a snippet, 30 seconds, okay, we can get your names on that board, okay? It really means a lot to me and Sport for Kids when you guys send your videos, because that way we know you guys are practicing at home, and that's what these videos are all about, okay? So, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.